here has ever bought a lottery ticket and dreamt of that big win? Come on, You know, it's sort of a similar dream to when you're trying to raise capital for your business or a big project, right? You know, you want that money, okay? What if I were to tell you that to make that raising capital dream into a reality, you could by shifting from that game of chance to powerful strategic actions that could elevate your success. You want to hear about that? Okay. So, like you, I've had many of them big dreams. I'm a late life entrepreneur. In my late 60s, I decided that I wanted to fulfill my dream of running my own business. I wanted to do things on my terms. I wanted to get up when I wanted to. I wanted to answer to my own demands. I wanted to leave something for my children. And I wanted to raise money. You know, because as I tell the folk that I work with, your dreams are wonderful. Have them. And you got to finance them. Okay? So I had spent 40 plus years in the nonprofit world, running organizations, creating programs for young people, trying to get the homeless a home, working on health care, working in community development projects, community building projects, in the United Way, in foundations. And there was a lot of money always involved. And you know, when I started this entrepreneur dream late in life, the realization hit me that those strategies, those relationships, those contacts that I had used before, I might be able to use them now because some of the principles seem the same. You see, in my career, I've raised $120 million. From all kinds of sources, local, state, regional, national, private, corporations, foundations, public sources, government, you name it. There's not a founder that I haven't met, an investor that I don't know. And so it occurred to me, in raising these millions of dollars for community and business causes, that there were some truisms in that work. It's hard work, but there were some truisms. And so what I do these days is share my knowledge and insights and wisdom and contacts and relationships with those folk, particularly those younger folk that are out there trying to finance their dream and make that dream become a reality. So I want to share with you today 5 strategies that I believe will decrease that luck game. You know, I got it through chance or luck, and increase the odds of you raising money. So number 1, The chessboard strategy. In chess, like in raising capital, you always got to be several moves ahead. You got to think about what it is you want to do. I think my pastor friend talked about the first thing he said, before you get started, you got to decide that you want to be wealthy. So you got to think about the end, that where you want to get to, and then figure out, how am I going to get there? So you start with that end in mind and engineer yourself. Some call it reverse engineering, that you see the dream and then you say, oh, to get that, then what's the step I need to take right before then, and then the step right before then, and then etc. However you do it, have the end in mind and know that there are strategic moves you need to make. It ain't about going out and saying, I need some money. You know, first of all, you want to know your why. Why do you want this money? Well, I want to build a business so that I can help people. Well, I want to raise capital so I can build this new building. I want to buy this apartment complex. Whatever it is, and attach that why to it. Well, why? For your children, for the families, for other people you want to house. But thinking about that end in mind with the why, and strategically what the moves are, that chessboard strategy. Number 2 strategy, the puzzle pieces alignment strategy. Let me say it one more time. The puzzle pieces, them peas, them puzzle pieces. Did you all understand what I'm saying? What am I saying? Puzzle pieces alignment strategy. You ever put some puzzles together? You know, you got all them pieces right on the table. And so you got one piece in your hand, and you just look and look and look. You find that other piece, and you put it together. Joy. Huh? You know, you feel good. Put them pieces together. You've been looking for them, okay? That's the same thing you do with your funders or potential funders and investors. You know your interest. You need to find out their interest and find and discover where the two meet, where the two align. You understand what I'm saying? So it means that it ain't all about you. It's about what that and you know, I wanted to come and have conversation with you because I don't care what business you're in. You know, if you're interested in the real estate, if you're building buildings, if you're, you know, the mortgage guru like my friend Anthony Kellum, whatever it is you're doing, I'm talking about raising capital, raising, you know, access to capital, and these things work, whatever, you know, whatever group, whatever it is you're trying to do. So, aligning with the investor, funder, the person you want to get money from is key. And what we're talking about is aligning your interest and goals with theirs. And it doesn't have to be all about business either. Do they play golf? Do you like to go on the links? There's an interest. So again, in order to find that, you got to do what? What do you have to do to find out what your investor or someone you want to get money is? What do you have to do? You have to have a conversation. You got to do some research. You got to find, you know, you can do it on Google. You know, you really can, anybody. So, puzzle pieces alignment, aligning, connecting with whoever it is. Because you know what? People give money to people they know and trust. That's what they do. Strategy number 3, to increase your chances of connecting right so that you can raise money is to network sideways. Now, most people, you hear, hey, I want to get to the top. I want to get to the big dog. That's what I want. They're in the top. They got their finger on the purse. They know they got the money. But don't forget, sideways, your peers, the people you know, your colleagues, your competitors. And you know, there's usually a gatekeeper around, and oftentimes, you know, network sideways. Find that gatekeeper and help them help you connect. But let's not forget, the purpose of a conference, a gathering like this, is to find and discover. We're peers here, we're colleagues. And some of us may be competitors in here, but you know, that's all right, because these days, collaborating, okay, makes sense. All right. And so don't forget to network sideways. A fourth strategy I want to leave with you to increase your odds of raising capital is what I call the philanthropic pivot approach. Now, this strategy suggests that too many of us in business or who do community development projects forget the world of philanthropy. In Michigan alone, $100+ billion was given out last year. Across the country, over 500 billion philanthropic dollars were given out. It's another funding source that most people in business don't really think about. But in fact, particularly if you're doing projects that have social impact, or you're thinking about a project and it don't have it now, putting one in to position your project can make a lot of sense. So don't forget that group of funders, philanthropy, foundations, private and corporate, who in fact, and you know, foundations now are investing all over in community development projects. One of the things that I do is I've spent some time working on the Livernois Avenue of Fashions in the 6 Mile area, and we've redeveloped that area. For those of you in Detroit, if you haven't been over there, you should. We're bringing in new businesses. The streets are paved, they're wider, we've got new lighting. It's a major redevelopment area. And I've been working and raising funds for that for the past 3 years. And the developers there, and I'm talking brown and black developers there, they've got foundation money helping them, because they're building apartment complexes that have, you know, the units up top and the art gallery on the first floor, okay? They're building the pizza bar that, you know, once every few weeks is doing some kind of community project in combination with a foundation. And then they're hiring from the community, okay? So this whole giving, philanthropic side of things, I don't want you to lose perspective on that. I want you to bring that in to your raising capital portfolio. And a PS on that, a good business person also volunteers in his or her community. Makes you feel good, something we should do to grow our communities, and it make a whole lot of good connections too. Okay? And so the fifth and final strategy I'd like to leave with you to consider for raising capital is the red penguin approach strategy. Red penguin. Imagine you're watching television and you're watching the National Geographic about a story on Antarctica. You see all these penguins, and they're all black and white, and they're moving around. And out of the left side comes a red penguin. What do? You jump up, you say, look at that penguin. You probably pull out your phone, take a picture, you call somebody, call your friend, call your family, call them in, you probably post it. A red penguin, that's unique. That is something different. You noticed it, didn't you? Be a red penguin in your business. So I've sat on both sides of the funding table, the money table, the side where I've gone to get it and been successful. Millions of dollars. And on the side, because of my track record, funders and investors asked me to come in and advise them. And so I've been in so many rooms where the entrepreneur or the business person, somebody looking for money, when they're different, unusual, and unique, they're interesting, and they capture the funder's attention. And then if they got substance, ooh, they over. Okay? They over. All right, so you got both of them now. Just don't come out there looking cute in the red penguin suit. You know, bring something with you. But I'm assuming that would happen here, okay? But the other thing that's interesting about this red penguin approach is that if you're a red penguin, you're unique because you know your story. And your story is unique because there's nobody else like you, because nobody else has your story. So know your story and use it. So those are 5 strategies I wanted to leave with you. And wait a minute. Rick, I know I got at least one more minute. I'm gonna leave a bonus strategy. The well-being strategy. Well-being. So I know you're saying to me, now, Dr. Geneva, you've been up here talking about raising money, and we business people, entrepreneurs, we want to get our money and everything. Why are you up here talking about being well? Well, I'm talking about being well because you are your brand. And you got to look good and feel good, you know? And I know you. You working hard. I know you are. And you grind, because I did. That grind and that grind and that grind. You know, that grind that's like swimming in a pool of hot lava. You know, it's good exercise, but you be dead at the end. Take care of yourself. The best investment you can make is in yourself. Okay? And for your family and for your friends, take care of yourself. Yes, look good, feel good, be good. You know, the Egyptians have belief that when you die and you go meet those who are there to take you over to the next land, that there are two questions that you have to answer, and your response determines your forward motion. And the first question is, did you find joy? And the second question is, did you give joy?
Yes.
So this process of finding and giving joy is the essence of life.
Yeah.
Find your joy, give some joy, and be a red penguin.